Welcome aboard the Clue Crew Mystery Channel. I'm Jen, and I'm here with my co host, Wendy. Wendy is a former cruise ship entertainer turned mystery author. Together, we have a book club for mystery lovers, and we'd love to have you join us. As part of the book club, you will get a book from a new mystery author each month, and you'll learn about their writing processes, inspirations, hear their behind the scenes stories, discover new authors and series to love. The best part of the book club is you'll be part of a community of mystery lovers. As an added bonus, when you join the book club, you will get an interactive mystery game. Today, we're going to talk about Blackout at Sea, the fun game Wendy made for our community, and how you can get it.
Yeah, so here's a little bit about the game. It's called Blackout at Sea. So set sail on the luxurious SS Starlight in the exciting interactive mystery game. When vital documents go missing during a blackout, you must work with the ship's magician and amateur sleuth, Olivia Morgan, and her clever parrot, Chico, to uncover the truth. Analyze ship's logs, comb through ship's documents, and navigate a web of deceit before time runs out. Can you solve the case before the ship reaches port? Yay! This printable PDF game will be enjoyed solo or with a group of friends, making it perfect for quiet nights in or lively game nights alike.
So, Wendy, what inspired you to create an interactive mystery game for the Clue Crew Mystery Book Club?
I had this idea for a story, and I thought, oh, it'd be so much fun instead of just writing it as a book to write it as kind of an interactive game. There's like subscription services. Hunt a Killer is one of them, where you get like the documents and you get to go through and look at them. And I was thinking, how much fun does ships have all these cool documents and different things like that? And it was really way more challenging than I thought it would be, but
Oh,
it was so much fun. I had a good time doing it, but I was it was like I've written a bunch of books now, and this was like a really different experience, but it was so much fun.
oh, I'm glad. Yeah, it sounds like it was a brain expansion.
It was, and I was thinking, how much fun, because like the whole idea of what we're doing in the book club is, to have community. So while you can do this by yourself at home and just solve the mystery yourself, you could do it with your spouse, you could do it with your bestie, we could do it together in the book club if people want to get together and do it together. So I just thought it would be really fun to have something kind of collaborative that we all could, kind of get into the world. And it is the world of my books. It's, my cruise ship with my characters, and so if you've ever wanted to, go on the SS Starlight with Olivia, like it's kind of a more interactive way to be able to do that. And I just thought it was really fun.
That's awesome. Can you tell us more about the main character, Olivia Morgan, and her unique background as a ship's magician turned sleuth?
So if you know me, you know that that's kind of what my background was, that I worked on cruise ships when I was young before I had my kids. And so she's, not me, but there's a lot of similarities between the two of us. And, it's kind of fun to watch her as she learns life, in a different way and kind of finds who she is. And she really loves justice and wants to make sure that, rights are wrong. So I think, that she's a really fun character to write, and I really love writing her.
Oh, I love her too. And she just does really remind me so much of you. I know you said you're not exactly like her, but I see quite a few similarities.
There definitely are, and but sometimes it's like, oh, that's what I should have done, and I get to do it again with her. So you kind of get to like choices in your life that maybe weren't so great. You're like, oh, I'm not doing that again. I'm going to make a different choice. So it's kind of fun.
Perfect.
Yeah.
So, how does Chico, Olivia's parrot sidekick, contribute to
So he is my absolute favorite character. I love writing him, and so you'll see in my mysteries with him that he's gonna give like little subtle clues, or he might not like somebody, or he might really like somebody. And animals, you gotta trust animals and their instincts. And so I think he's really fun, and so I had to make him a part of this mystery game when I was designing it because he's just absolutely my favorite part to write.
I'm excited to play. I really am. So, how does the interactive game differ from traditional mystery novels?
So, because I am a mystery author and apparently I can't write something that is less than a few thousand words, this it turned into it's almost an interactive book. It's there's a story at the beginning, and then you get to a point where you can go through, and pick out clues from the story, go through the documents, try to think, wait, does that line up with what was in the story? And then when you're all done, there's a solution that kind of takes you through, and you get to read the ending and have how it unlays. So it's a really fun, almost an interactive book experience, but that you get to be an active part and part of the detective team that helps to solve a mystery.
It's my favorite part.
I
It,
think it's so much fun.
my favorite part. What types of clues and evidence will players encounter in the game's documents?
So one of the fun things about a ship is, there's so many documents on a ship because, especially when I was on it in the 90s, everything was paper, maybe not quite as
Right.
much nowadays with apps and things like that. But, when my stories and in this, I try to make it kind of a timeless, where you wouldn't necessarily know that it was, 2024 or 1996, and so, there's ship logs, there's, requisition forms, you've got your daily schedules, there's all sorts of different documents that are always coming through your hands when you're working on a cruise ship. So it gave me like so many ideas of like, oh, I could put this in that, or I could have this. Oh, the captain would have this. It was really fun to go through and things that you wouldn't necessarily like, the electrical engineer or his paperwork and what he's documenting on a ship, or what the captain does and how the captain is documenting things. And so, little bits of things that I saw when I worked on ships and being able to kind of pull those into this mystery it was kind of fun to create all those documents.
So, how does the game's setting on the SS Starlight enhance the mystery solving experience?
I think one of the things that I think is so much fun about writing the cruise ship mysteries is that it's very contained, and you're not going to be able to go get help from someplace else. Everything kind of has to come from this little community of people. And from working on cruise ships, you would have a contract, and whether it was 4 weeks on a contract or 6 months on a contract, you had really tight relationships. And so the people that you worked with, you really cared about because you were there at birthdays, you were there at Christmas, you were there, you would be with people all day long. And sometimes it would be your roommate. If you were working a job where you had a roommate, you were with them all the time. So it's just a really, it kind of takes almost that small town atmosphere, but amplifies it times 100. But you also have all these quirky characters because the people that work on ships, like, I don't have to exaggerate any of them. They're all interesting people that came on ships because, most people aren't going to do that for a living. So you tend to get people that are pretty interesting characters that are coming on to work on a ship. So it really made it fun for the games as it, or for this game as it does for the books.
That's neat. I don't know how I never ended up working on a cruise ship.
You would have been
I'm just
perfect.
baffled.
It's not too late. Well, and we're going on a Clue Crew cruise. So if everybody wants
Right?
to come along, we're going to be doing cruises, and you might get there and be able to see somebody and be like, Wendy, that person needs to go into your next book because they are crackers.
I love it. Love it.
Yeah. So we have a video on the Clue Crew cruise. Come in and watch that when you're done with this one. I'll put it at the end when we get done with the
Oh,
video.
good. That's a great idea. For those who might be new to interactive mystery games, what advice would you give to help them get the most from this experience?
I think one thing is you don't have to, like, there's no pressure, there's no time that you have to have it solved by. So like if you're doing this by yourself and you want to read the story and just kind of, keep coming back to it, there's no real pressure. It's not like, you have 15 minutes and you've got to find all the evidence. It's kind of just a more enjoyable experience where you get to go through everything and check everything out. So I wouldn't be stressed about it, but it is fun to dig into those documents and try to pick up those little clues. And the red herrings are in there, and which ones are the ones that are going to actually lead you to the solution.
So, some people might be a little hesitant about their detective skills. What encouragement would you give them to try Blackout at Sea?
So one of the fun things about doing this is that at the end, when you've kind of gone through all the documents, whether you have a solution or not, it doesn't really matter. I mean, it's wonderful if you have it, and that's super fun. But if you have not come up with a solution, you can go through with Olivia and Alex, the ship security, and Chico, and you can go through all the documents with them, and they'll help you with like, this is what this clue meant, and this is what happened. Oh, and so they kind of talk you through it all and their thought process on how they came to figure out who it is, and you get to watch them with that process where they start the solution and they don't know who it is, and by the time they go through everything they do, so you kind of get to be part, like you're in that office, you're in Alex's office, and you're sitting there with Chico sitting on the back of Olivia's chair, and you're right there able to be a part of it. So I wanted to make it really fun and not stressful for anybody.
That's awesome. There's enough stress in the world. You're right.
That's the truth, right?
Totally
Yes,
fun.
just fun, just fun.
What was the most challenging aspect of creating an interactive mystery game, and how did you overcome it?
It's funny because I really was thinking, oh, this will just be something, it took me as long to do this as it did to write a book. It was really, it turned into a really big project for me, coming up with all the documents and coming up with all of the clues. And, I think it's going to probably make me a better mystery writer because it really, like you said, it expanded my brain and it made me think in a different way because, I'm thinking of it from the person watching this video right now, the person that's going to do that, how they're going to go through and their experience. And I really, it was really difficult for sure, but I had a great time doing it. And like I said, I think it's probably going to make me go at my books in a slightly different way when I'm thinking about the plotting and planting those clues and things like that. Because I know it's weird as a mystery reader, like I don't try to solve the mystery. So, which is funny because most mystery readers do, but not all of them. Some mystery readers just read it and they kind of go along with and then for me to write the books, and I have to think of it in a really different way. So I think that this is kind of, made that different in my head too, kind of clarified that.
It's funny, I'm a little competitive, so I feel like I want to solve it from the get-go. I'm paying
And,
attention. I'll go
and
back
get
and
a little
reference.
annoyed with me when you don't figure it out.
That's happened.
Yeah,
That's
because I've gotten a text. Hey.
happened. So, how does Blackout at Sea tie into the broader mission of the Clue Crew Mystery Book Club?
So for Jen and I, the most important part of our book club is that community and bringing everybody together and having a group of people with a common interest. And I think it's so important for life just to have people that you love and that you get along with and that you have something in common with. And so one of the things you can do with this, whether it's people in real life or if it's other Clue Crew members, you can get together, you can, get this, read it together, pull out all the documents, and you've got that community experience. So that was really important to me, and part of why I wanted to do that. It's because I think that's just super important. So if you guys would like this mystery game, if you want to be a part of it, you can join at either the sleuth or the detective levels, and you will get access to Blackout Sea. And if you want to play together in the group, we can set up times to do that. If you want to play with your friends and family in real life, you can do that. And if you enjoy the book or the mystery, you would probably enjoy my books. And we have one of my books is one of the mysteries of the month. It's for September of 2024, but even if it's in the future, you can go back in the book club. You get access to all of the previous months and you can watch the interviews with the authors, get to know everybody. And we're just really working hard to build like a really close, tight knit community of readers and authors because we're all in it together and we all want the same thing, which is, to enjoy books and enjoy mysteries. So I hope you all join and come along. And if you enjoy the game, let me know because I'm a little bit nervous, but I'm also really excited about it. So thank you all so much. And thank you, Jen, for being a part of everything. And we'll see you all next week.
Bye.
Bye.